To lead the learning function successfully, managers need different skills than their team members who design and facilitate the training program. Let me share an ice cream model with you that I've developed that identify the 3 essential areas where learning managers need to develop expertise. The first is learning and development. And it might seem a little bit obvious, but if the learning manager comes from the business, they won't have that background in learning and development. So that's the first scoop in my ice cream cone. The second is they need skills to be able to manage projects and programs on an ongoing basis. The third skill area that they need is in business acumen. And it's an ice cream model because business acumen is scalable. So at the top of the ice cream model, we have senior leaders, VPs, and their scope of business acumen that they need is quite broad because of their senior role in the organization. As you move down to director and manager role, and even as an individual contributor, you still need business acumen skills in order to understand the clients, the internal business partners that you're working with, but your scope of understanding is maybe narrower. So that's the ice cream model with the essential skills for learning and development managers. Let's take a look at the learning and development scoop to see how the manager's role differs from the instructional designer's role and how that looks in the context of the ADDIE design process. In this video, I want to focus on just the development phase of ADDIE. So what is the manager's role? As the course is developed, the manager is going to take probably a less hands-on approach. They're going to take a step back because the design's done, the analysis is done, and this is really where the heavy lifting comes in and the instructional designer needs to step in. So the role is really to continue being a liaison between the business and their team and to step in to give any guidance or introduce people, contacts, that type of thing, and to resolve any issues that come up. So anything that needs escalating that they can address. So for example, not with an escalation, but with an introduction, if the course requires a case study and the instructional designer isn't sure who to go to, what content expert to tap into, the manager can identify that person who the designer can work with. The deliverable, of course, in this phase is there's a bunch of things. One is all of the materials for the program. So if it's an instructor-led, then there's going to be a facilitator guide. There's going to be participant materials. If it's e-learning, it's going to be a finished e-learning course. Regardless of the delivery channel, you have something that's ready for pilot and for implementation.